2 blocks. If you have 2 blocks, that would be great. You put it into your tea. If you don't have blocks, don't you worry about it. We'll make it work. Because many of you don't have blocks, you can take a hand towel and roll it up so that it's about a fist width. You can use that. If you're using your blocks because you're quite used to it from my classes, remember it's the tea. And I am going to do it so that we're going to begin with the bottom edge, a long length, right in line with our sternum, our xiphoid process, that top little pointy button, come around. Put your elbows onto the floor. Whether you have your block or your roll, your elbows are onto the floor. Begin opening your chest and just noticing the sensation. And then we're going to slowly bring our hands up to behind our head. Elbows are pointed forward. Your chin is down towards your chest. And you're going to come back down onto the block or to the roll. Slowly, 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 until your hands hit your other block or you begin to feel your neck protruding. That's a sign that you need to find something like a cushion to put under your head. Bring your hands to your lower ribs. Keep your knees bent if that feels good. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, feel the tops of your shoulders dissolve down towards your mat. If it feels comfortable and you feel you can get a little bit more of a chest opener, let your hands come to the side. Let your air come all the way into your belly and move back out nice and smooth. Letting the exhale release your shoulders and be a little bit longer than your inhale. Hi, Janet. I know it's only midday for some of you, so you can extend this challenge to yesterday. But I'd like you to think about everybody, to just think about something or somebody that made them feel really nice. Really nice today. If you haven't lived very much, been out, or been awake very long, think about yesterday. Let that emotion sift around in your head for a little bit. Now bring your attention to your shoulders and your neck. Notice what you're feeling. Now think back to that thought of that person or something. And now notice your shoulders and your neck. power of our mind. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, tuck your chin, move your brick so that it's on its flattest side, long side, parallel with the short side of your mat. If you're using a rolled up towel or a roll, bring the roll behind you. Both the towel and the roll are going to go right across your shoulder blades. So it's going to be almost that you can touch, if you're not dealing with shoulder issues, you touch the bottom of your shoulder blades with your thumbs, with your tool in your hands, and they're going to go right across the shoulder blades. And then we're going to come back down in the same manner, nice and slow, relaxing into it. We're releasing the stress as much as we can with the help of these tools, relaxing our body. Getting it ready for our practice. Again, my arms are out to the side because that feels most opening for me, but you might feel better with them bent or closer to your body. Many of you know that I have been dealing with shoulder impingement. So some of these things that I'm going to share with you are things that I've learned over the last several weeks to try and heal myself. Yoga instructor, heal thyself. Notice a different sensation of the tool this way. Now bring your attention up into your neck. Imagine those lines that you saw in the PDF going along the side, and see if you might lengthen those lines and then soften. Bring your attention to your jaw and the muscles right in front of your ears. Take a big inhale, and on your exhale, feel them soften. Notice the quality of your breath. Can you make it nice and long and soft? And then ever so slowly and gently, bring your arms into your body if they're not there already. Elbows come underneath your shoulders. Tuck your chin to protect your neck. Slowly sit up. You could come to the side if that's what you're used to as well. It's what I usually instruct. Now, if you're like John and I, and your lower back tends to pop out when you sit in a cross-legged position, sit yourself up on something like a small little cushion or a doubling of your mat. I'm sitting so that my pelvis is pointed forward a teeny bit. Does that make sense? So the tilt of my pelvis, that's it. Yeah. Okay. So some of you might be pretty tight if you've been running today yet, or if you've been sitting like me, you kind of feel tight in the hips. The shoulders and the hips are connected. But before we move into the hips, I'd like to just gently stretch that neck, okay? So bring your right hand out and around your back and take it, if you can, into your left elbow crease, okay? Notice how gravity is pulling your elbows towards the floor as the top of your head or the back of your skull is being pulled gently towards the ceiling or sky. Bring your left ear over to your left shoulder. Now, Susan, especially you, if you've been feeling stuff with your neck, go slowly. First, bring your gaze down towards your pocket, your left. Let's say you had a pocket in your on top of your left side of your chest or to the floor. Just ever so gently, you go only as far. So if it's in spasm, you need to go super soft so that you don't aggravate it more. But stretching it will relieve some of the immobility. Notice if you've tensed anywhere else, and try to soften with your exhale. Slowly bring it back up. That might have been too fast even. And then we'll make big circles forwards. Oh, that's forwards. Forwards and back, forwards and back. All right, we're gonna do it on the other side. Left hand comes out, bend it. Take the right elbow crease if you can. Let the right hand lay relaxed in your lap. Long spine. As the elbows are being drawn towards the floor, the back of your head is being drawn gently towards the ceiling. Right ear to right shoulder. And then look down at the left pocket or the left, or sorry, that's right. Oh no, it's one of those nights. I'm getting my rights and my lefts mixed up already. Okay, this is the proper way to come back out. Bring your gaze forward first and then bring it up. Okay. All right. With your hands on your lap, look to your right, lean back and look over that right shoulder, but gently. Back to center. Look over your left shoulder. And back to center. Good. We're going to move it right onto our bellies. I'm going to stay facing you so that I can show you a few strengthening movements. Oh, I forgot our hips. I'll get to our hips. Don't you worry. I'm going to get to our hips. Okay, I'm so excited to share this with you. So that's part of it. On the floor, on your belly, elbows are underneath your shoulders. Okay? Underneath your shoulders. Look 45 degrees to the right and bring your right hand out. Okay? Pressing into your floor, bring your right hand back towards your body, but don't move your hand. So what we're doing is we're strengthening the muscles underneath your armpit. Bring it back. Left hand comes out, eyes follow, pushing into the floor. Pull the hand towards your body, but don't move your hand. Back to center. And then we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, lift up, and come onto your knees or a seated position. What I want you to do is bring something that's heavy. Do you have something heavy near you, like even your brick? And I'll have you experience this. Could be your water bottle if you have a water bottle. Bring the heavy object out straight in front of you. Where do you feel the activation? Do you feel it on the top? Most of you feel it on the top, yes? We should be feeling it right in our armpit. You should be feeling it in your armpit. And that's what's happening with a lot of our shoulder injuries. We're not strong enough in our core. So here's our grabbing our stuff or raking our leaves. Yeah. So if you can like activate those muscles. Okay, let's do it on the other side. Bring the heavy object out in front. I feel it in my injured shoulder so much on the top. There's nothing in my armpit. There's nothing beside my chest. There's just flab. Where the hell did that come from? Ah, all right. We're gonna move that down and come back and see if you might feel the activation. Again, come back onto your belly, into your Sphinx. Bring your right hand out to the side, 45 degrees. Now push into the floor and pull your hand towards your body, but don't move it. Do you feel the activation along your ribs? Yeah. So that's one that we could do against the wall. Come into a door frame, put your hand up, 45 degrees out from your body. Other side. Good. Just one, come back, and just one more strengthening move before we do move in. So hands are underneath your shoulders. This is shoulder work, but I want to take some of the pressure off of your shoulders. So activate your core by lifting your belly button towards your spine first. Use that power to lift yourself up onto your knees or straight legs. Come into your tabletop position. I'm going to put my pride underneath my knees, my cushion to save my kneecaps. And I'm going to bring my hands underneath my shoulders, lift up my abdomen organs towards my lower back to have a nice active core. Now what I want you to do is bring your hands out a teeny bit more than your normal. So like half a hand's length. Okay? Now I want you to pull your hands towards your knees and notice all that activation. Don't move your hands, say pull your hands towards your body. Keep that activation, bring your hips over your heels. Keeping the activation, inhale, back. Keep the activation, exhale, back with your hips over your heels. Inhale, you're still pulling. Back to your modified tabletop. One more time. Pull, pull, come back. And that's what we need to work on. That and our glutes. I'll always say that we need to work on our glutes. Let's work on our hips a little bit. Bring your right hip down towards your right heel. Move it around. And then bring it back. Nice big circles with your hips. Just juicing them up to begin with. And then let's switch directions. Don't let your belly go floppy. Hold that in, but don't hold your breath. So many freaking rules nowadays, huh? You think you'd come to yoga class and be rule-free. Actually, you are. This is the one place. You do what you want. Just suggestions. Turn your toes under. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lift your hips, lower your heels, downward facing dog. Now try shifting your weight back towards your feet a little bit more to take some of the pressure off of your shoulders. Shake your head yes, no, nice and slow. And then bend your legs a lot. Walk your feet towards your hands. With your legs still bent, let your head hang heavy. Your torso is against your legs. And now gently take the back of your head into your hands. Your thumbs are along the space between your skull and your neck, and you can give yourself a teeny little massage even. Moving it around. Go ahead and let that go. Now lengthen your spine, belly button to your back, bring it all the way up. Bring your hands overhead. Okay. So today what I want you to feel is what feels better in your shoulders. When your yoga teacher says upward salute, some of you are going to come out to the side. Some of you are going to come forward. Now, I thought that this instruction was because some people were taught singular or in small classes in India, and some were in really, really crowded studios. So they had to go up or they'd knock out the person next to them. I always wanted to take advantage of the space, so I've come out to the side. But in all of this study of the shoulder, it might not feel good for you. So you decide which way your arms are going to come up. We'll begin with 5 half Surya Namaskar. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, shoulder blades kiss. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Can you stay here with me? Now what I'd like you to do is really headbutt the top of your mat, meaning bring the top of your head forward. Now, think of the back of your skull and bring it towards the ceiling a little bit more. If you wanted to, you could touch the back of your neck and you could see how we're strengthening the muscles that get overstretched from too much head forward texting or computer work. Fall forward. Let it all go. So much work. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, that's the neck in that forward fold. I want to do one more because I want you to feel one more thing in your body. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Okay, here we have our hands on our thighs, yes? Many of you are used to my cue of shoulder blades kiss the spine. Now what I want you to try and feel is your shoulder blades coming down towards your waist. Does that make sense? So your shoulder blades are together, but they're actually coming down towards your waist. They're moving into the middle of your waist. That's that nice big opening in your chest. Good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to move it into modified Surya Namaskar A, paying attention to all of these different things. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, kiss, and then down. Exhale, hands to the floor, walk back into your plank, which can be straight leg plank or bent knee. All right, separate your collarbones from one another. Feel the strength in your core. Elbows to your ribs, slowly come down to the floor. Bring it into your Sphinx. Okay. Now instead of bringing your hands out, I want you to push your hands and your forearms into the floor. Bring your shoulder blades into your spine and down towards your mat. Use the length of your neck and the back of your head. Try not to grip anything too hard. Just let it be nice and soft but engaged. And come back to your breath. Relax it. Let everything relax for one breath cycle. Then bring your hands under your shoulders, elbows in towards your rib cage. Belly lifts, plank. I'm staying on my knees, protecting my shoulders, lengthening my neck. Lengthening my head away from my body. Turn your toes under. Exhale it into downward facing dog. Look between your hands, and if you walk with the opposite foot. Otherwise, jump to between your hands. Inhale, bring it halfway up with that long, strong back, shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, your plank. All the way to the floor. Sphinx. Come back to your breath. Release it down, 1 breath. Your plank. Exhale into your downward dog. Inhale together. On your exhale, look in front of your hands, walk, jump, or fly to that spot. Halfway up, long, strong back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more time. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, fold. Nice. Inhale, halfway up. Yeah, good. Exhale, plant the hands, make your way into your plank. Awesome. All the way to the floor. Control. Sphinx. That's it, long. Let your head be drawn away from your body. Good. Gaze is down the bridge of your nose. Awesome work. Let it go for one breath cycle. Good. Come back to plank or tabletop. If your shoulders are starting to get sore, come to tabletop. Good. Exhale into downward facing dog. Come back to your breath here. This is your opportunity. Bend your legs. Walk, jump, or fly to the top. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We're going to bring in a lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, instead of going back into your plank, keep your right foot where it's at. Bring your left foot back. Keep it nice and long. Bring your arms up, but this time bring them out to the side. Okay? If it feels better to be in cactus, be in cactus with them bent. Good. Now bring your shoulder blades together behind you. Lengthen your head away from your body. And see if you might bring your elbows back a little bit more. Exhale, bring your elbows together. Inhale, apart. Exhale, together. Inhale, apart. Exhale, together, and then bring them down and come into, I can't remember what Andrea calls us. I think it's an airplane. So we have our right leg is bent, our left leg is long. There's a line from the top of our head to our shoulders, to our hips to our heels. Nice long line. Feel your fingertips being drawn towards that back foot or the back of your mat. Nice and long. Good. Relax that. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your back foot. Yeah, so your heel to arch alignment. And here we are in our warrior two. Good. Awesome. Inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky, and then do a lat pull down. Coming back. Yeah, you know what that is. Candace, gym woman. Bring it back up. Exhale. Feel it on the sides and in your shoulder blades. Yes, we're pulling down those ropes. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Back to warrior two. And then hands come to your hips. Lengthen the front leg. Pick up the right toes and turn them in. We're going to release our shoulders and our necks. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Let your head come down to the floor. Let your arms float. Just let everything relax. How do you guys feel with that? Yeah. For not being very flexible, my runners in this room are quite flexible. Bring your hands to your hips, push down through the insides of your legs. Use that to come all the way up. Good. Turn the left toes out, bend that left leg. Bring it into warrior two on the left side. Okay. This time when you straighten your front leg, you're going to bring your hands together behind your back. Inhale, lengthen, bring your hands together. Just kind of clap. You don't have to grab because we're going to come back down. We're making it a movement. Exhale, behind, fingers touch. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale down. Good. Hands come to your hips. Turn your hips towards the back end of your mat. Come into your right toes. Separate your legs if you need to. And bring your arms up. High lunge. Bring your arms down to your side. Lean your torso forward for your airplane posture. Pull your fingertips towards the back of your mat as your head is being drawn towards the opposite corner of your room. Relax your arms. Land your right foot. Warrior one. Bring your hands down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Bring your shoulder blades together and down. Exhale, exalt your warrior. Torso comes to inside of your left leg. Arms float up only as far as comfortable. Let your head hang. Bring strength to your back leg by lifting your kneecap towards your hip. Use that strength to come all the way back up. Bring it back up into warrior one. Hands come to your heart. Lengthen the front leg. Pick up the right toe, the left toes, turn them in. Pick up the right toes, turn them out. Warrior one on the right side. Bring your hands down. Interlace your fingers with the opposite finger on top. And bring your shoulder blades together and bring them down towards your waist. Exhale, exalt your warrior. Might have to move your feet. Strengthen your back leg. Use that to bring yourself all the way back up to warrior one. And then bring your hands to your hips. Lift your left toes, turn them out, rearrange so you have heel to arch alignment. Inhale. Exhale, triangle. Right hand comes down to the right shin. Yeah, left hand comes up into the sky. So my right hand is on the inside of my right leg. And my left hand is up towards the sky. Good. Use the strength of your back leg. We'll do it, and we'll do it again so everybody can get a chance. Hands come to your hips. Lift your right toes, turn them in. Lift your left toes, turn them out. Keep both legs long, all right? Both legs are long. Inhale, bring your arms up. Reach towards the left side of your mat. And then hinge your left arm down, right arm up. Good, that's it. Awesome. Strengthen the back leg, bring it back into long arms to either side, warrior two arms. We're going to do that again. Left toes come in, right toes turn out. Reach for the right side of your mat, or the right side of your body. Bring your right hand down, this time to the outside of your leg. Bring the left hand towards the sky. Now what I'd like you to do is turn your left hand, your left palm away. Bend your arm and bring your hand behind your back. Maybe you grab your right thigh. Maybe you grab only your waistband. Maybe you just let it lie there. Wherever you're at is okay. Do you feel it? That's all that matters. Can you open that left shoulder towards the ceiling or the sky a little more? Strengthen both legs by lifting both kneecaps and bring it all the way up. Lift your right toes, turn them in. Turn your left toes out. Inhale, wide arms. Exhale, reach Trikonasana on the left. Trikonasana bound. Turn the right hand palm away. Bend the right arm behind. See if you might grab someplace. And then settle into your breath as you open your right shoulder back towards your back or towards the sky a little more. Nice, Stephanie. Yeah. Let it relax, looking down at the floor. Lift your left toes, turn them in, and heel toe yourself together. Okay, good. Awesome work. We're going to, before we come to the floor, we're going to do Garudasana, eagle posture for our balanced posture. So we're going to bend our legs, take the right foot or the right knee, cross it over the left. You can keep the toe on the floor. Those of you who like to try to bind your right toes behind your left ankle, turn towards your left side, and that might help you access a little bit more. Then you turn your torso back. I know it's hard. We're going to actually do a modified version of the arms tonight. So elbows are bent, right elbow comes in, left elbow is underneath, but this time, today, lengthen that right arm out and see if you might put pressure on the backs of the arms. That pressure, you might feel a little strengthening and stretching, eccentric movement in between your shoulder blades. Find your spot and then come back to the smoothest breath you can find. To unravel, we unravel our legs first. Stand up, and then unravel our shoulders. Okay, second side. Right side is my stump. What is it? Not my stump. It is my trunk stump. You know what I meant. Okay? Left knee crosses. All right. If you want to try and bind, bring it to the right side, your torso to the right side, and then you might be able to hook. I can't hook on this side today. I can see. Back to center. All right. Arms into cactus. Left elbow comes in, right elbow is underneath, and then we're going to lengthen the left arm. Elbows come up as high as we can, shoulders fall away from the ears as much as we can, and then we begin that soft little competition between the backs of our arms. Go ahead and let it come down, unravel. Should have done that first, but that's okay. Move it around, do the Giuliano shuffle if you need. Those of you who don't know, Giuliano was one of my students, my private students in Mexico. He's very new to yoga. And this is what he did after every posture, the Giuliano shuffle. And you have to imagine it's way better than what I can do because the guy weighed 300 pounds. So it was much more fun. But it works. Let's go to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway in. Exhale, plant the hands. This time, let's walk back into our plank. Knees to the floor. And I'm going to ask you to come down nice and slow, all the way to the floor. Okay? Before we move into our restorative and yin postures, I want you to come along with me for one more exercise so you can feel this in your postures. This is setting up for cobra. Yes, my hands are underneath my shoulders, my torso is up, I'm looking down the bridge of my nose, my head is reaching for the opposite wall, head butting that wall. I want you to lift your hands and pull your shoulders even further away from your ears. Notice the muscle activation. Bring your hands to the floor and then slowly rise up. Keeping that activation in your back and in your neck. Go ahead and let it come down. Rest by bringing one cheek to the pile of hands that you have. Go ahead and release your back if you'd like to by bending your legs and windshield washing your feet from side to side. Good. Let's go into the cobra again. Hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your shoulder blades together and then pull them down towards your waistband. Then slowly lift your torso as far as you feel is comfortable. Be careful with your lower back. Don't go too far. Don't forget to breathe. Release. Rest on opposite cheek. Let everything go. Feel your buttocks release. Feel everything release to the floor. And one more time, just one more time, come along with me, this last strengthener. Hands are underneath your shoulders, lift your torso off the floor, look down the bridge of your nose. Try to give yourself a double chin by bringing the back of your head back. Good, shoulder blades together and down towards your waist. And release. Good job. We're going to bring it onto our backs. Our stretching will begin by sliding our heels towards our bums. Pushing into your feet, lifting your hips, bending your right arm so that your right forearm is alongside your lower back, or perhaps even a little higher, depending on what's comfortable. You'll know as soon as I tell you this. Slowly lower your hips back towards the floor. The front of your shoulders will tell you where your hand is okay or not. If you have a little more space, you bring your hands up towards your shoulder blades more. If they're saying, oh my God, what the heck have you done to me? Lift your hips back and bring your hands back down towards your sacrum a little more. Let yourself settle. Then bring your left arm up over your head, bend it, and place your hand, your palm in between your shoulder blades, under your neck or under your head, depending on what your shoulder will allow. So it's cow face, but on your back. Gomukhasana, Supta Gomukhasana. Take an inventory of where you're feeling the most sensation. Can you relax with your exhale? Can you let your chest feel free and open as your shoulders relax? Let's take 3 deep breaths. Push into your feet, lift your hips up just enough to be able to lengthen your right arm. Let your torso come back down to the floor. Lift your head away, looking at your knees. Lengthen your left arm away. Bring your head back down to the floor and slowly move your left arm down and your right arm up. Notice the sensations in your shoulders. Can you release? Can you relax any more? Bring your attention to your feet. Push into your feet. Lift your hips towards the ceiling. Turn your left palm down. Bend your left arm. Bring your left hand underneath your sacrum to your lower back, or maybe up a little higher. It'll depend, just like the other side, but don't be surprised if it's different. When you bring your pelvis back down to the floor, your front of your shoulder is going to tell you immediately if that's okay or if it's not, if you have more room or if you have to back off. Find your spot on your lower body or that left side. Then take a look at your knees to bring your head up. Bend the right arm, palm towards the sky, of course. Then grab towards the middle of your shoulder blades, the back of your neck or the back of your head. Where can you release? It's the yin posture. So the concept is find your threshold, back off so that you can find stillness in your breath and keep it here for time. I'm keeping us here for 2 minutes to stretch the tissues around our shoulders. Take 3 long breaths. Pushing into your feet. Lift your hips so you can lengthen your left arm. Bring your hips back down to the floor. Lift up your head, tuck your chin. Take your right arm away, lengthen it out. And then bring both arms out, comfortably away from your body. Just take notice of the sensations that are happening around your shoulders and the front, and the back, along your neck, the front and the back, the right side and the left side. Notice the sensations in your upper arms, in your right forearm, your left forearm, and your fingers. Slide your feet so that they can come together and you can open your knees away from one another. If they feel like they're flopping, push your feet down towards the end of your mat a little bit more. So you're more in of a diamond than a Baddha Konasana. Lay down. Notice if that movement caused you to tense anywhere in your upper body. Try to soften with your exhale. Slowly slide your hands down towards your legs. And use your hands to bring your thighs together. Place your soles on the floor. Let your shoulders reopen. Maybe your hands are towards the sky. Let your back come back into its natural curves. And then slowly windshield wash your knees from side to side. Moving with the rhythm of your breath. Inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. When you come back through, bring your knees towards the ceiling. Bring your arms out perpendicular to your body with palms up or palms down. Take your right foot, your right ankle, and cross it over your left knee. So you've formed a figure four, the top of the figure four. On your next exhale, you're going to bring both knees over to the left side of your mat. So the sole of your right foot is going to come to the floor. You still have your four. Rearrange your knees so that it feels comfortable in your lower back, meaning you might bring your knees closer to your chest or further towards the end of your mat. You decide what feels good on your lower back and your hips. If you've stressed or caused tension in your shoulders, rearrange your knees, your feet, so that you can find complete softness in your shoulders once more. Once you feel comfortable in this position, then consider turning your face towards the right side of your mat until you get a reaction in your neck. If you get a reaction in your neck, bring your face back towards the sky or the ceiling. If you feel like you have freedom and space to stay here for 3 minutes or 2 minutes, then you do that. Slowly bring yourself back into your body. And even slower, bring your knees back towards the midline. Undo the cross. Let your back come back to neutral for one breath cycle. And then if it feels like your body needs to windshield wash again, you windshield wash again. Next time back through the center, let's do it on the other side. Left ankle over right knee. On our exhale, we bring both knees over to the right side, letting the left foot, the sole of the left foot land. Noticing how this side might be different, a little bit or a lot. Arranging your lower back and hip comfort by bringing your knees closer to your body. Whoop, that's not going to happen in this body. Or down towards the end of your mat more. Where can you relax your shoulders? Once all that is taken care of, then let's bring the neck into the picture. Slowly move your face over to the left side, turning your head towards the left. And if that's not comfortable, if it doesn't feel safe or healthy, if it's stressful, bring your face back towards your ceiling or your sky. Slowly bring yourself back to your body. Slowly bring your knees back to the center. Undoing the cross. Lying your back, come back to neutral for one breath cycle. And then separating your feet mat width apart. And then windshield washing your knees from side to side. You come back through. Lengthen your legs right out from wherever they're at. Keep your arms out if you'd like. Let your whole body take rest. No thinking about anything. No rules. Begin to bring yourself back onto your mat by noticing your breath. As it goes into your lungs and out. Let it begin to deepen as you begin moving your fingers and your toes and your hands and your feet. Go ahead and stretch your arms and your legs however it feels comfortable for you. Of course, if you'd rather not be doing any of this and you want to take a snooze, you do that. when you are ready to come up, try to be good and kind to your body. Those 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes of restorative and yin have brought your whole nervous system down to a resting state. That's the reason why we come up slowly, bending your knees first, and then coming to one side, letting your nervous system know, and coming to one side, using the top hand actually helps to protect your neck anytime you come up. So use that top hand to come all the way up into a comfortable upright position. Hands come to your heart. If that feels comfortable to you, of course, you don't have